This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Pull the hood release lever located below the steering column. Push the hood safety latch to the side, then raise the hood. Open the trunk and remove the floor mat. Then unscrew the large nut and remove the trunk floor panel. Remove the spare tire or air compressor as applicable. Loosen the cable bolt from the negative battery terminal, then disconnect the negative battery cable. Position the cable aside to prevent accidental reconnection. Cooling system draining. If the vehicle has just been driven, wait several hours to allow the engine to cool down before beginning this procedure. Pull the hood release lever located below the steering column. Apply the parking brake. Chock the rear wheels to prevent the vehicle from rolling. Raise the front of the vehicle by jacking under the front crossmember and supporting it on jack stands. Remove the under-vehicle splash shield. Remove the radiator cap. Move a large container under the radiator drain to catch the coolant. The drain valve is located on the lower left side of the radiator. Open the valve and allow the coolant to drain into the pan. While the coolant is draining, check the condition of the radiator hoses, heater hoses, and clamps. Replace any damaged clamps or hoses. When the flow of coolant stops, tighten the drain plug securely. Supercharger drive belt. Insert a 1/2 inch square drive breaker bar into the tensioner arm. Then rotate the tensioner and remove the belt from the pulleys. Water pump alternator drive belt. Disconnect the electrical connector from the mass airflow sensor. Loosen the hose clamps and remove the air intake duct from the throttle body and air filter housing. Then detach the PCV tube from the duct. Rotate the tensioner and slip the drive belt off the pulleys. Remove the idler pulleys and the idler pulley bracket. Remove the supercharger drive belt tensioner. Remove the water pump alternator drive belt tensioner. Remove the supercharger drive belt tensioner mounting bracket. Remove the upper radiator hose. Detach the lower radiator hose and the heater hoses from the right side of the water pump. Remove the water pump alternator drive belt idler pulley from the alternator bracket. Remove the thermostat housing cover and thermostat from the water pump housing. Reposition the drain pan under the front of the engine. Unscrew the water pump mounting bolts and detach the pump from the engine. Remove the water pump gaskets from the engine, then clean the sealing surfaces. Assemble the new gaskets to the pump, holding them in position with 2 of the pump mounting bolts per side. Guide the pump into position, then tighten the bolts by hand. Now tighten the bolts a little at a time in an alternating pattern to the specified torque setting. Install the water pump alternator drive belt lower idler pulley, then tighten the bolt to the specified torque setting. Connect the heater hoses to the right side of the water pump housing and secure them with the clamps. Install the thermostat and cover to the water pump housing, tightening the bolts to the specified torque setting. Connect the lower radiator hose to the thermostat housing cover and secure it with the hose clamp. Install the supercharger drive belt tensioner mounting bracket and tighten the bolts to the specified torque setting. Install the water pump alternator drive belt tensioner, tightening the bolts to their specified torque settings. Install the supercharger drive belt tensioner, tightening its bolt to the specified torque setting. Install the idler pulley bracket, tightening the bolts to the specified torque setting. Install the idler pulleys to the bracket, tightening the bolts to the specified torque settings. Install the upper radiator hose and secure it with the clamps. Route the belt around the crankshaft pulley, tensioner pulley, alternator pulley, and idler pulley. Then rotate the tensioner and slip the belt under the water pump pulley. Make sure the belt is engaged completely into the pulley grooves. Reinstall the air intake duct. Route the belt around the crankshaft pulley, over the supercharger pulley, lower idler pulley, and tensioner pulley. Then rotate the tensioner and slip the belt around the upper tensioner pulley. Make sure the belt is engaged completely into the pulley grooves. Install the under-vehicle splash shield if equipped. Lower the vehicle to the ground unblock the wheels. Cooling system filling. Place the heater temperature control in the maximum heat position. Then slowly fill the radiator with the correct mixture of antifreeze and water to the bottom of the filler neck. Install the radiator cap and run the engine at idle for 2 minutes, periodically raising the engine RPM to 2,000 to 2,500 RPM. Turn the engine off and let it cool. Add more coolant mixture to bring the level up to the bottom of the radiator filler neck. Dispose of the used coolant properly. Attach the negative cable to the battery and tighten the bolts securely. Set the air compressor or spare tire into place. Install the floor panel and tighten the nut securely. Then lay the floor mat in place.